What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Cannonballs podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Dane Cannon. Co-hosting with me today is...
Your boy, Jake Mother effing Bulls on the mic. 1, 2.
And welcome to Championship Weekend, everyone. We have made it. We got 2 games this week and then 1 Super Bowl. So we got the AFC Championship game, the NFC Championship game, both great matchups. I'm excited for both of these. I know Jake's excited for both of these. You know, we'll dive
into
them.
And nervous.
Yeah, I bet as a 49er fan, you're definitely feeling the nerves. You know, you guys are getting closer and closer to that Super Bowl again.
Mm-hmm.
But, we'll dive into that game in just a moment. Guys, if you aren't already, like, comment, subscribe, turn bell notifications on. Follow us on our Instagram at Cannonballs with a Z_podcast. Jake, have anything to add before we get going?
No, I'm ready to break down this game. All right, so both games
you guys
are on
are
Sunday.
You guys are the early game.
Yep, we are the 12 o'clock game. Philadelphia, the number 1 seed, is hosting the number 2 seed, San Francisco 49ers. So it's going to be interesting. 49ers, haven't played away in a while, I feel like. Well, at least in the playoffs, they've had 2 home games, which is good. Right off, match predictor for ESPN, 64% going for the Eagles. Not really giving the 49ers too much of a chance. I think last time I checked, the spread was Eagles by 3. So you know what? We haven't been the underdog in a game in quite some time. So it's I like it. I like being the underdog. I'm a huge Rocky fan. I love the underdog mentality. I hope the 49ers love the underdog mentality. And, as far as these teams go, I think they couldn't have wrote a better script for teams that are equally matched for the most part. Obviously, I guess I would have to give the edge to Jalen Hurts because he has that rushing ability. But, Brock Purdy has proved that he is not a chump. So, everybody's waiting for the shoe to fall off, blah, blah, blah. But this dude has done, how many games has he won now in a row? 7? 8?
I think he's won 8 in a row. If I'm not mistaken.
So 8 in a row. The 49ers have won 14 games in a row, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Is it 14? I thought it was 12.
Is it 14? Hold on. Let me count before I'm just...
Jake's getting a little ahead of himself. If it is 14, then that is super impressive. Anything over 5 wins in a row is impressive. So, either way, it's fucking impressive. Sorry,
I'm pretty sure you're right. 12 games. But I saw something that's like a record for most consecutive wins since like 1957, which is freaking crazy.
I don't think that's true because the New England Patriots almost had a perfect season but lost the Super Bowl.
Okay, then I freaking got some bullshit ass freaking update. That is true. What the hell? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that was the year they lost to Eli Manning, the 8-8 New York Giants. What was that, like 2011? Something like that?
Yeah. Maybe it was the most consecutive games since that year or something like that.
Maybe.
But they have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games in a row. So they haven't lost in 3 months. Man, I don't even know where to begin with this. Help me out here, Dan. Where do we begin breaking down this game?
Oh man. Since we already kind of got started with the quarterbacks, we might as well just dive in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brock Purdy has handled the pressure extremely well, especially being Mr. Irrelevant. He's got that chip on his shoulder, and I think having that underdog mentality could actually benefit him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little nervous because it is Philly, and Philly during postseason, Philly regular season games is crazy. Philly postseason games, the fans are absolutely freaking insane. And so the decibels that he's going to have to deal with, he's going to go from having home field advantage, having the ability to hear the play calls, not having as much pressure, to having like one of the loudest stadiums, one of the loudest fan bases, preventing him from hearing things. So they're going to have to work the silent count, obviously. But I think the thing that I'm also worried about is, you mentioned in our last episode, which if you guys haven't already, we recapped the divisional round. Go ahead and give that a follow or a listen. You did mention that Philadelphia has the number one pass defense.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a little bit concerning, having Brock Purdy, who's done phenomenal, but against the number one pass defense, he's got a lot to prove in this game. If he can beat Philadelphia and have a great game offensively, not turn the ball over, protect the ball at all costs, he's him.
Yeah.
He's him.
Yeah. The Eagles do have the number one pass defense, but where they struggle in the passing game is middle of the field.
Which is the cream of the crop for Brock Purdy.
Yes. He likes to throw it to George Kittle. He likes to throw it. Everything is I would say 80% in the middle of the field. He's just like Jimmy. It's just the offense, how it runs. So, if they can take advantage of that and use that to their advantage, I could see, getting some yards on this Eagles defense. It's going to be hard though. And also for how good this defense is, the Eagles defense, they are 21 or 23 in rush defense. And this is where the 49ers excel.
Oh, absolutely. Which I found surprising, because I feel like every time I've watched Philadelphia, their run defense just looks stacked and solid. But
it could be, what's the word, inflated from certain games, like maybe that Washington Commanders game where they just ran all over the Eagles. So I mean, stats are so hard. I'm not even going to take in the stats. I think the 49ers just need to play their game. Good defense, not good defense. They need to play great defense. They need to run the ball. They need to control the clock, and absolutely cannot turn the ball over. If they play a perfect game, they can play a perfect game, and then Brock Purdy is going to have to give me something extra to win this game, I believe.
Yeah. I think this game's going to come down to who protects the ball better and who doesn't turn the ball over. I think that's going to be the difference of this game. Whoever turns the ball over is probably going to lose this game, because that is how close these teams are when you compare them side by side, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, they're side by side, pretty much the same teams. Both have great run games. The Eagles do it a little bit different. They do the RPO style. The 49ers do it with the lots of motion, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel out of the backfield. It's just, this is everything you want in a championship game. Too bad this isn't the Super Bowl. But it's a great precursor to the Super Bowl. Man, the key, honestly, the Eagles, there is no key for them to win. They just have to keep playing like the Eagles. If they play like they've done all year and just dominate their opponents and, create turnovers, sack the quarterback, they are the number one sack team. Insane stat. Their entire D-line has double-digit sacks, which is insane.
Is it actually?
Yes, they are. They have the number one sack team. They have 70 sacks altogether. Brandon Graham. There's 4 starting line. I think it's Brandon Graham, Hassan Reddick, Fletcher Cox. They all have double-digit sacks. It's ridiculous. The thing is, this is a pass rushing defense, so that's why they have such a good pass defense. They can generate pressure, but if you're not passing, we'll see. So a lot of pass rushers, they could love rushing the quarterback, but they're not as keen to tackle in the running game. So, maybe the 49ers can expose that a little bit. I don't know. I know it's going to be a tough game. I think the 49ers definitely have to play even better than they did against the Cowboys. they have to get points. They can't settle for field goals in this game. They have to get more than one touchdown in this game. Brock Purdy has to throw a touchdown here. Christian McCaffrey, last week he only had like 30 something rush yards. They have to, if this 49ers team gets 30 plus rush carries, they're going to win this game. That's their goal. They want to get 30 plus rush carries. And I kind of like what they did last week against the Cowboys, where like the first half, was all Christian McCaffrey. And then boom, fresh legs.
Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell. And that's what I was telling my wife. It's like a boxing match. You hit him with the body, hit him at the body, hit him in the body, hit him in the body. And then when they're tired and they're weak, boom, you go for the kill shot. So I like being the underdog. I don't think it's going to be a dominant win for the Eagles. I think it's going to be a close game. And I think, obviously, the Eagles are favored in there for a reason. I think if anybody's going to beat this team, it's going to be the 49ers.
Who are you going with, Jake?
Well, I'm going with the 49ers. I got to speak it to existence. I got to speak it into existence. I'm not even going to say anything about the Eagles winning. But it's going to be a very close game. I will say that. And it's crazy because, they definitely have the advantage. It's so hard for me to say that. Like, what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, Brock Purdy only has played, 8 games? But, like, Jalen Hurts, this is this is his second season. This is his, like I said, this is his
third season.
Third season. Well, second season starting. He didn't play his first year, I don't believe. Maybe he played a couple games. I don't remember. It's been a while. But, this is also his third playoff match. So, opportunities. This is an opportunative defense. They're the number one turnover defense, the 49ers. So if the 49ers can generate turnovers, they're going to need to. They're going to need to punch this ball out. But the one thing that scares me about the Eagles is for how good the defense is, the 49ers, they have struggled against mobile quarterbacks. And what did the Philadelphia Eagles have? A mobile quarterback. So, I'll let you say your piece, but I'm definitely going 49ers. I'm just going to speak it in existence. Don't take my opinion into consideration. I'm just picking my team because I can't go against them. I can't.
So I'm very conflicted. My heart is going 49ers. My head's going Eagles.
I don't blame you.
I'm gonna pick the 49ers. And I'm going to put that out on the podcast because I want your team to make it. We've been best friends for God knows how long. And I think you deserve to see your team win a championship. Your team deserves it and you deserve to see it. So I want to speak it into existence. Like you already stated, this is, I think, going to be the toughest matchup for the 49ers. If they make it to the Super Bowl, I think it'll be easier than the Eagles. I think the Eagles, they went 14-3 for a reason. Maybe they didn't play the best teams, whatever the narrative is. I don't give a shit. This is a tough challenge, especially in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is not an easy place to play. The inclement weather is going to play a factor. Stadium's going to be crazy. It's going to be a good game. The reason why I said my heart goes to the 49ers is because of what I just said. My head goes with the Eagles just because I don't. It's tough to say because, yes, Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy have been in the same amount of games. I just feel like Jalen Hurts has seen more defenses and he's had more experience in the NFL. Brock Purdy's been playing phenomenal, so maybe that narrative means shit. Jack means jack all. I don't know, but I think that there is a slight advantage with that. And like you mentioned earlier, Jalen Hurts having the mobility factor does play a factor. Brock Purdy's mobile. Don't get me wrong, but he's not Jalen Hurts. Like Jalen Hurts definitely has that it factor when it comes to the ground game. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Both these defenses are top notch. I think the 49ers defense is better. So granted, I will give you that. You just got to take into account like AJ Brown he didn't even get utilized that much this game. Maybe he's going to have a bigger role this game. We'll see, because A.J. Brown's a top-tier receiver. Devontae Smith's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell. This Eagles team's dangerous. It's a dangerous team. So I'm going 49ers, though. I'm riding with you. Love to see your team win.
Thanks, dude. Real quick, I think where this team hurts the 49ers is with the mobile quarterback. The 49ers might be able to stop that regular running game, but the thing that scares me is when the pocket breaks down and Jalen Hurts rushes for 25 yards on third down. We cannot allow that to happen. I don't care if you give, the passing up, but leave a spy there, please. I mean, I think we have learned our lesson from the times we played the Bills, Patrick Mahomes, all these other mobile quarterbacks. And I don't know shit. I just personally think you should put a spy on there, but you know what? Let's go 49ers. It should be a fantastic game. Let's move on to the next one. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, number 1 seed, hosting the Cincinnati Bengals, who are the third seed?
Yeah, third seed.
Probably should have been the second seed. But you know what? Crazy circumstances. But you said in the last episode you were taking the Bengals. I'm also taking the Bengals. I think they're the better team. They have beaten this team 3 times in a row. For maybe last year when it was Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, it was just so dominant. I mean, the Chiefs are so dominant now too. But the X factor is Patrick Mahomes' ankle. How will he perform? How will he make those off script plays? I think he can do it. I really do. If there's going to be anybody who can do it, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's probably the MVP of the season. I don't know, the way the Bengals played last week. If they can run on the Bills or on the if the Bengals Chiefs can run on the Chiefs, thank you, and not even have to throw that much, control the clock, and dominate in the trenches, it's going to be a big win for the Bengals.
Yeah, look, man. I think the Chiefs do have a better defense than the Bills near the end of the season. But the Bengals defense is just so much better than I think the teams that Kansas City has faced recently. The Bengals are just a different breed, man. And they're going in with momentum. They want to get back to the Super Bowl. They lost. Joe Burrow's never lost to Patrick Mahomes. That could play a factor. And now Patrick Mahomes is injured, like you already said. If they can control the clock, the Bengals are going to win this game. If they can run all over this Kansas City Chiefs team, which they very well could, they're going to win this game. Because Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Boyd, they're all going to get utilized. Hayden Hurst, who had a great game last game. There's so many weapons for Joe Burrow, and he's healthy. So they have the advantage there. And Joe Burrow is, I think, in the same tier as Patrick Mahomes. I would give the edge to Mahomes, but I think Joe Burrow's in the same tier of quarterback play. He's just got that it factor. He can just play the game at a supremely high level. He's an elite quarterback. So I'm going to go Bengals, even though they're on the road. They went on the road in Buffalo. I think they can do it again and beat Kansas City. Give me the Bengals.
What do you think, before we end this episode, what do you think the keys for the Chiefs to win? I mean, it seems like everybody's taking, oh, wow. Interesting. On ESPN, Kansas City is favored 65-34. That's got to be some kind of a mistake. Wow. I feel like a lot of people are going to be picking the Bengals. So I feel like, even though the thing is, home field advantage, Arrowhead is a hard place to play.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs just pull one out of their ass and win this one, honestly.
If there's ever a time for Mahomes to beat Burrow, it's now.
Yeah, no, really. They got to win up front though. For me, they can't let the Bengals. They can't let the Bengals dominate like they did against the Bills. They got to get pressure on Joe. They got to establish that run game. I think the run game is actually kind of a key for both of these teams to win this game. I think if Patrick Mahomes is not 100%, they're definitely going to have to rely on that run game a lot more. And I think Isaiah Pacheco is a good running back to do it. It's just going to be they got to protect Mahomes too. If they protect Mahomes and dominate in the trenches, I think Mahomes won't have to run around that much. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be probably higher scoring than the first game for sure. Just because these defenses not as dominant, I would say, as the Eagles or the 49ers. But yeah, man, I got the Bengals, back-to-back Super Bowls, back-to-back AFC championships, or Super Bowl appearances. Sorry. Real quick, did you know that Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy played each other in college in a pro? What's it called? A bowl game.
Bowl game? I did not.
Dude, Oklahoma beat Iowa State 42-41, and it was It was an epic. You have to see the stats. Like both quarterbacks.
I think you sent it to me, didn't you?
I might have. I'll have to check. But like both quarterbacks threw for like 400 yards. Both threw like 4 or 5 touchdowns. And the reason Iowa State lost is because they went for 2 on the last like 20 seconds after they scored. So hopefully Brock Purdy gets a little bit of revenge against Jalen. Damn, man, we're nearing the end of the season. Yep. Crazy how time flies.
Yep.
Any last remarks before we close this episode?
Yeah, guys, even though we're getting near the end of the NFL 2022/23 season, Jake and I, we will be doing off-season content. So we'll probably be covering major breaking news, like when new coaches get hired, our thoughts, our opinions, teams going forward, what they need to do to succeed. We'll cover the draft as much as we can, draft picks. We might even be able to do a mock draft at some point, because I know that a lot of people do enjoy those, especially for the teams that aren't doing so well. So it gives you something to look forward to. But yeah, not too much else to add. 3 more games total. 3 more games total. Championship weekend and then Super Bowl week. So exciting football coming up. Hopefully both of these games are great games. I know you don't want to hear this, but I hope they're both nail biters. I want it to be as close as possible because those are the most exciting games.
Very true.
But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, turn bell notifications on. Follow us on our Instagram at Cannonballs_podcast. Jake, do your thing, baby.
If you have a team in the Final Four, congratulations. Be happy. But only 2 teams can make it to the Super Bowl. So go 49ers. Bring us some energy. I don't care if you're an Eagles fan. Let's go 49ers. You got this. It's going to be a hard-fought battle, but it's going to be a proving game. It's going to be a proved game. Prove it to yourselves. All right, thanks for listening. And as always, good luck to all your teams, except if you're a Eagles, Bengals, or a Chiefs fan. And thank you for listening. And as always, peace.